That brings us to the New York Knicks.
Insert point guard here. Let's just move on.
Look, the point guard should be Kyle Lowry is my dream acquisition for them. And then mostly run it back. Like keep Reggie Bullock is someone I think that's super important to them. Nerlens Noel, even as backup big. Alec Burks there, gave them huge fourth quarter minutes. If you're not, my prediction for them. And so I think, first of all, I think you should be in on all the point guards, the actual point guards. Mike Conley, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, even if it's Goran Dragic on a one-year deal, whatever.
And then when you can't sign any of them, you're bringing back Derrick Rose and you're looking at Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer Dinwiddie, I wouldn't mind there either, even with the shooting concerns.
It would be I think he's a fun fit for this team because you want someone who's going to attack first and foremost.
Where do you land on the Lonzo Ball discussion here, though?
I love the fit. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially with guys like RJ Barrett who are becoming more capable corner three-point shooters. You have Julius Randle as a bailout option and another primary initiator, so you don't necessarily need your point guard to be that number one option. I just don't think he's going to leave New Orleans, especially after the Valanciunas-Adams trade.
I don't like Lonzo Ball in New York. I'm not going to lie. I think he forces you to get out and transition more, which they definitely needed. He spaces the floor, which is great. I think you also need to be signing some, like if you were getting Kyle Lowry and Lonzo Ball, which might be the dream scenario for New Orleans, actually, it makes so much more sense. Without that guy who can give you offense from the point of attack, I don't like Lonzo Ball in New York. And that's an awful lot to commit to a guy who can't give you that offense at the point of attack. Just someone who doesn't really shoot get to the rim or shoot at the rim, doesn't hit off the dribble jumpers at an efficient clip, you're going to run your half court offense. I would like to see them, ideally for them, they're spending big money for 2 years, those windfalls on those bigger name point guards, outbidding everyone. I think there are rumors that they plan to basically outbid multi-year offers for Kyle Lowry in one season. That's kind of tough because they can max him out and that he's probably going to get more than that over 2 years. But Kyle Lowry is my ideal get for them. If they can't get him or one of the other bigger point guards, I'd like to see them mostly run it back or focus again on preserving their powder. Maybe you take some guys into cap space. Like maybe I don't know why you helped Dallas, but I actually like Josh Richardson in New York. I would be more inclined if I'm the Knicks, if you want to spend on a restricted free agent, should you miss on the Lowry, the Conley, the Chris Paul. I really do like Gary Trent Jr. there more than I like Lonzo Ball. I might even like Josh Hart
him a lot of places, though.
I like him, but I'm saying relative to Lonzo Ball in New York, and the Knicks obviously have all this cap space.
Right.
Trade targets for them, they're clearly in the market for a star. I would be reticent about what you're giving up because I don't think you have the initial cornerstone in place. So if you're trading for Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal, or even Zach LaVine, they're still very much on their own because it's sort of a prove-it season for Randall and even the team at large. They're justified if they want to make that move, but you probably need to do it in tandem with knowing someone else is coming in 2022, or you could land someone else. Otherwise, I'm using the cap space to suss out trades, or maybe teams still want to get rid of contracts and they're giving you more assets. I'm more fascinated to see what they do with number 19, 21, and 32. Really, than I am with what they might do on the trade market. I think they'll be in. Don't get me wrong, if there are stars available. The one that I might be okay with, and I'm not sure if I talked to you about this, if the Raptors go into rebuild mode, there's obviously Fred VanVleet, but I don't know if they move him. I don't hate Pascal Siakam in New York.
It's a questionable fit alongside Randall, though, if only because they like to operate in the same space.
Well, Randall's like taking off the dribble threes now, so it's a little bit different. And they
still like to operate from the same spots of the court, though.
These aren't really like post-up guys, though. They want to operate more so from the point of attack, which to me is fine with the way that Randall shot threes. Maybe it's easier to play off Siakam. I wouldn't be if that's the.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that fit.
I like it.
I don't like it.
I like it. I would test it out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you're the Knicks fan here, so I'll defer to you on this one.
Who is the last question on them? The single most important free agent of their own that you want to see them bring back?
I think Rose makes a ton of sense to bring back. He was so good in the second half of the season. Again, like we elevated him near the top of our sixth man of the year conversation, just based on what he was able to do during the second half of the season. He was a smarter player. He was a more controlled player, and he really gave that offense a lot of juice. I'll use the word again, that it didn't have without him.
He did give them a lot of jet fuel. I'm going to try and change it up with some synonyms there. I think it's still Reggie Bullock, just looking at the defensive workload he shouldered, and his three-point volume was really important. And I also think that you can go out and give, even if you want it to be a 1-year overpay or 1+1, to someone like Cameron Payne, if you whiff on everybody
he's
else.
replaceable, but again, like he brought that oomph, that pizzazz, like
There you go. Now we're
Yeah.
talking. You just wanted to throw in two synonyms there. I like it.